Hey, what's going on guys? It's me Niraj and welcome to the new Python crash course. In this series of video, we will be learning everything about Python and programming in general. Python is one of the fastest growing and popular programming languages out there in the world, and we are going to learn it step by step in this course. I have designed this course with a lot of exercise and example which helps you to learn Python very easily. Let me tell you why should you learn Python. Python is easy to learn. If it's your first time learning programming, don't be afraid. We'll be learning everything from scratch. Also, Python has exponentially growing and supportive community all around the world and is used in almost every field such as data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, web development, and many more. Google, Netflix, Facebook, Instagram are some of the famous companies with Python. Also, Python is in high demand for job right now. In this specific video, I am going to show you how to install Python in your machine so that we can write Python code together. If you have already installed Python, or to check if you have already installed Python or not, you can simply come down here in the search bar and search for command prompt cmd, and you can write python space dash dash version, which will show you the version if you have installed, but it's showing me error because I haven't installed Python. And in this video, I'm showing you how to install Python. You can simply head over to the internet browser. I'm using Google Chrome. By the way, you can use any of the internet browser by your choice. Head over to the www.python.org.downloads. It's the official site from where you can download Python. It's automatically detect my operating systems for Windows and showing the latest version of Python to be downloaded. If you want to download the other version, you can come down right here and it shows all the possible versions that are available for the Python. I highly recommend you to download the version that is 3.6 or greater because a lot of the functionality that we're going to use in this crash course will not run below 3.6. So I'm going to down 3.9.6 in this video. So it's already downloaded here. Once it's downloaded, I'll click it to run the application. Once the application is started to run, it will show the prompt box. The major things you need to keep in mind is you should click this add Python to the path. If you did not add Python to the path, you manually should add the Python to your system variable. Otherwise, your command prompt will not recognize that you have Python installed in your machine. I'll simply click on this install now, or you can customize your installations to the selected folder. I'm going to install that in the C, so I have clicked on the first there and it's installing. Once you completely install Python, come back to the command prompt again. I'm going to close this incoming window and come back to the command prompt by typing cmd. I'm going to maximize this command prompt and type the same command that we ran previously, which is python dash dash ver version. So when you run that, it's showing me the version that we have already installed. So it's not throwing an error. It's like the previous because we have already installed the Python successfully in our machines and we can write Python code. So in here I'll write the Python. When we write Python and hit install, it will open what's called an interactive shell or prompt. This interactive shell allows us to write one line of Python code at a time. So if you write print, and inside the print with either double quote or single quote, I'll write hello world and hit enter. So it is printing the word that we write inside this print functions and it's printing down here. So it's actually great to write one line of code, but in our project we're going to write the multiple of codes, so where we need a code editor to write this code. You can use any of the code editor like Sublime Text, PyCharm, Visual Studio Code, but in this project we are going to use built-in IDLE. When you install Python, it came along with an editor called IDLE. Let me close down this command prompt and search for IDLE in this search bar, and it's already installed, automatically installed when we install Python. So we don't have to install this IDLE. Let me maximize this and I'll configure this and make the font size bigger. You can come direct in your options and configure IDLE. I'll make the font 29 and change the font family to YU Gothic, UI light, not that medium. I'll use this. Apply. I like this font, so let me close this. So in here also we can write one line of code, same as we write in command prompt. So I'll write print, and inside either a single quote or double quote. This time I'll use single quote and write same things we written earlier, which is hello world. So it's also printing same things in the console, but I want to make a file. So let me minimize this, and in my desktop I'll create a new folder with the name of Python basic. Now come and create the file, new file. So now I'll save it by using Ctrl S, and it shows us where we want to save us. I'll go to desktop and search for Python basic. In here I'll write save my file as main. But when we write the Python code, we have to write the file extension .py. So when we save any Python file, we have to save with .py extension. So you can write any file name here, but it should be into .py extensions. I'll save this and I'll maximize this, and in here I write the same command that we ran previously, which is print. So print is the inbuilt functions in Python which will print anything that we return inside this parenthesis in the console. So here I'll write the word hello world. So hello world is a string, and for the string we can write either single quote or double quote. If you don't know what a string is, we haven't talked the data types yet, but we'll go in the next video for that. So I'll use the single quote this times. I'll print hello space WORL, hello world, and I'll save this by simply pressing Ctrl S. To run this, I can come here and run and press run module. You can see the shortcut here. If you type direct F5, it will run the module or this file. So I'll hit the run module, so it will print the same right here. So it's restarted automatically and run this print function. So we'll be using this ideally to start this program while learning, but once we learn the basics, we'll be using PyCharm, because it's a good ideally, but for the basic we'll be using the default ideally provided by the Python. In this video, we have learned how to install Python in our machine and write the first print program to print anything down in the console. If you are new here, be sure to hit the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so you will never miss the new videos. Stay tuned. Until then, bye bye.